welcome to This Is, and I have a very special guest joining me for the phone game extravaganza. It is the one and only Quinn Nelson from Snazzy Labs. Quinn, are you ready to get 8 out of 8 phones correct?
Oh, dear Austin, I don't know if I'm ready to get that many correct. I will promise you that I can get at least one. I've been out of the review game for a long time, dude.
I'll take that. Looking through, there are multiple phones, or at least one phone on this list that I know that you have done a video on, or at least you're very familiar with, so I hope you can get that.
I hope so too.
The rules, my friend, are very simple. I will give you 8 photos of various different phones that have come out over the previous couple of decades. All you need to do is give me 2 pieces of information: the name of the phone and the year that the phone came out. Bonus points if you can nail the exact name of the phone, because I know sometimes that was where I may have tripped up on this game previously. And to make it just a little bit easier for you, we're giving you a 1-year handicap. So say a phone came out in 2005 and you guessed 2004, 2006, that will be considered a correct answer. If you can get more than half, the This Is account will tweet out a huge congratulations and to tell everyone to go subscribe. However, if you do not, then you need to, if you are okay with this, if you're ready to play the game and ready to play for the stakes, you will need to tweet out a subscribe link to This Is. Does that seem fair? Does that seem ready to go?
That is the best gentleman's agreement I've ever heard in my life. It's on.
Let's play Who Wants to Be a Phone Millionaire? I'm just gonna keep saying that. I don't think we can get copyright claimed if I make fun of Who Wants to Be a Billionaire, but it should be fine. All right, first phone, please.
Oh dear. It's a green phone.
Yeah, it is.
It's an Android phone.
That seems like a reasonable guess, sure.
It seems like one of those really early Android phones before the iPhone came out. I can see you Photoshop the name out underneath the speaker grill, is that correct?
All of these phones have had their branding removed, so once we reveal, you will see the actual logos and the phones as they're intended. So this would be a good point to mention that we have 3 lifelines available. I'm just kidding, I just made that up. You have no lifelines, you get it right or you get it wrong.
Shoot. I was excited there for a second because I have no freaking clue.
Wait, I'm getting a word off from one of my producers. There's actually Phone a Friend. You can officially call Ken for one of these.
Man, I am gonna have to guess. This is one of those brands, you know, in my opinion, that is around, but it's not like a big brand. I'm thinking like a Kyocera or an Alcatel phone or something like that, but can I guess the year first?
Yes, please do.
Okay, I'm gonna guess 2008. And the phone is the Alcatel Green Boy Supreme.
You are 50% correct. This phone came out in 2009, which 2008 is within 1 year, so you get a point for that. However, this is not a Kyocera phone, but instead, it is the Samsung Reclaim.
That's a Samsung phone, huh?
Samsung phone, and it was I believe a Sprint exclusive. So there are a couple of things interesting about this phone. First of all, as you can see from the color scheme, it was one of the very first green phones. So 40% of the casing was made from bioplastic and corn, and the box was made from 70% recycled materials and soy-based ink.
Well, I'm gonna give Samsung the Most Improved in Design award, because this thing looks horrible.
Well, one of the things about this phone was it was really cheap. So back in 2009, this thing was available for like $50, right? So if you wanted a cheap phone, it ran like Android 2.2 is what I'm being told.
So it was Android. That's a good guess.
It was definitely Android. So you've got 50%. So if you can just guess the year of all of these correct, you're actually gonna be fine. So not bad, not a bad start.
Not good though.
Phone number 2.
Oh, I freaking know this one, but I don't. This version of Android looks a little newer. It's got that old school messaging icon, which I think they got rid of in KitKat. Is that right? Oh, Austin, I'm in trouble. Okay, I just got to guess again. This is very embarrassing. I am quite terrible at this game. I'm gonna call this the LG Flippy Boy, released in 2010.
You know what? I'm gonna give you that one. It is the LG DoublePlay. So while, yes, that might not be the exact name, you also got the year pretty accurate. It was 2011. I'm gonna give you full points for that one. That's a pretty close guess. And you did accurately guess that it was an LG abomination.
That is very generous, Austin Evans. Thank you.
So the DoublePlay had a secondary 2-inch 320 by 480 display right in the middle of the keyboard, which was, let me say here, I don't know, a bad idea, because not only did it drain the already terrible battery life, but also you had to type like around this little like mini screen. It wasn't very useful. Dual screen phones have come a long way, but Quinn Nelson of Snazzy Labs, you are doing really quite well. You have 3 of 4 answers correct so far. Are you feeling confident?
I mean, after that high praise, yeah, I can't say my performance measures up, but yeah, let's see what number 3 is.
Next phone, please.
Oh, this one's easy. This is a Russian company. They decided to put an e-ink screen on the back, and I have forgotten the name of the company. It has phone in the name.
Okay, so not so easy.
Oh, come on, I know this. I remember this one semi-recently. So I'm gonna guess 2014. It's called like the Pocophone, Rogo phone. Oh, it's, no, wait. Oh, Austin, I can't remember it, I'm so close. I know. YotaPhone, YotaPhone.
You, my friend, are 100% correct. The YotaPhone came out in 2014.
I mean, did they even make the first one?
I don't even know, but you were 100% right about all aspects. It did have a secondary e-ink display in addition to the 4.7-inch frontal display, and it also included wireless charging through that e-ink display, which I don't know how they pulled off, but yes, you are doing very, very well, my friend. You currently have 5 of 6 answers correct. It's looking like this is about to give you a sweet shout out. But be careful in this game because it can all go downhill very quickly, like with our next phone.
This one is the Pocophone F1, released in 2018.
It will go downhill after this answer, which you have gotten 100% correct. Yes, of course, that is the Xiaomi Pocophone F1. Look at me, that was a little bit of an easier one. It's okay. I like to hype things up. I like to pretend that I am, in fact, Regis Philbin in 1999. But in fact, what we have here is almost a clean sweep. You're almost on your way to winning $1 million, except that it's a Twitter shout out, not $1 million. Next phone, please.
This one I have never seen in my entire life, and I'm glad I didn't see it until today. What is this thing? This is an abomination.
It is a phone. I will tell you, it is most certainly a real phone that probably someone bought.
Do I still have my Lifeline capabilities?
You do. You can call Mr. Kenneth Bolito, although I will say that he may or may not have had information. So whether or not he's a reliable source, up to you. But this does seem like a good option to use your Lifeline on.
I would like to call it Ken.
Hello.
Hello, Ken. It's me, Quinn of Snazzy Labs.
Hi, Quinn. How's it going?
So I have a question for you. I am looking at a phone right now that I've never seen in my life, and I want to know if you've seen it before in your life.
No idea what the hell it is.
Okay. Well, Ken, I'm gonna have to let you go.
All right. Well, good luck, Quinn.
Thank you.
See you later.
All right. That didn't seem very helpful.
Ken was worthless. Let's see. Okay. This has 2008 on the front of the phone, which means it wasn't yet 2008 because they needed it to be futuristic, right? So my guess is the year 2007. And this is the Apple Y phone from 2007.
Wait, you're gonna waste what is a very good guess on an Apple phone? You really think this is an Apple phone?
It's not a Samsung. It could be an LG. I don't really think so.
You just said 2007 and 2008. They were making iPhones at that point.
They're low budget phone, remember? The original iPhone was $600.
So this is the Y phone that everyone forgot about. Okay, got it. So your final answer is the 2007 Apple Y phone. Well, you are absolutely 100% incorrect about the actual company. This is the Toshiba G450, but you are very accurate on the date. It did actually come out in 2008, which means you get half a point, or you get 1 point for this one.
I had no idea Toshiba made phones.
Well, I think they actually still might. I don't know. But this thing was bizarre. Of course, beyond just the ridiculous design, there's no camera, there's no Bluetooth, no headphone jack. It only had about a 600 milliamp hour battery, which meant that you got exactly 2 hours of talk time on this beautiful piece of hardware. So, Quinn from Snazzy Labs, you're doing quite well, but it's time for the lightning round.
Lightning round.
I just made that up. It's just the next question.
Oh, no. This is one of these newfangled gamer phones. You can tell because of the way that it is.
This is an aspen. You can tell that it's an aspen tree because of the way it is.
There appears to be a vent on the side for fans. Maybe not. I don't know. Austin, this looks like a phone that you would review that literally nobody else cares about.
Wow. Wow. I see how it is.
This is the, oh boy. I'm gonna say this is from Redmi. I don't know if that's actually correct. It does have 3 cameras. That's a kind of new thing. This obviously is a budget-ish phone. I'm gonna say this is the Redmi X2 RGB Gamer Edition, released in 2019.
Well, I can tell you this is actually a 2020 phone, but you were incorrect. This is the ZTE Nubia Red Magic 5G.
Red Magic. Oh, I'm gonna get lit up for not knowing this one, because this is a hot phone right now. It
is very, very new. So of course you are correct, it is a gaming phone. I like how you were initially able to see that because of the gamery of it. It is the first phone with a 144 hertz display, and it packs a Snapdragon 865 for a mere $580.
That's good.
You're gonna get half points, which means that officially the stakes have been over. You have enough points that you can get every single thing wrong from here on out, and you will still win the challenge. However, we're gonna ignore that because there's still 2 more phones left, and I have to pretend that there's still dramatic tension in this video.
Just ask the question.
All right. Here we go, dog.
Oh, wow. Okay. This is bad. This is bad. What are the lightning effects around the buttons down there? This is the original gamer phone. I bet they had Snake on here. Okay, we have a very low resolution monochrome display, and this screams mid-2000s to me. I'm gonna guess the year right now already, 2004. I hate to throw them under the bus, but this has to be the work of LG. Who else would make this thing? I'm gonna call this the LG McFlipper from 2004.
Quinn Nelson from Snazzy Labs. You are 100% wrong. This is the Moto V70 from 2002. So this was one of the very first phones alongside Nokia that really kind of broke out the standard phone mold. This was in that kind of weird period where smartphones really weren't that popular, but obviously everyone was moving over to phones, so the designs got wacky. So it didn't really have a lot of interesting features or anything. It was just a unique and interesting looking phone, as you can see with that sweet, sweet old school Motorola branding.
I regret my answer. Now that I look at it, this is very clearly a Motorola invention.
You know what? That logo, it fills you in, but without the logos, when you play the game, it's kind of hard to tell, right?
It's hard to know.
Are you ready for the final phone to determine whether or not you are indeed the phone millionaire?
Yes.
Doesn't make sense, but we're just gonna go on with the next phone.
This is one of those rugged phones. This was probably one of the first IP67 rated phone. You've got the gaskets on the top. I don't even know what those are. Maybe those are antennas? No, they can't be. This is the Cat Home Depot Supreme from 2012, 13 maybe. 2013, final answer.
You know all that talk earlier about you can miss every single phone from now on and still win? Well, you've tested that because you are 100% wrong yet again. This is the 2017 Nomu T18.
2017?
This was, if you got this one, it would have been nothing short of a miracle. Yeah, so this is a super weird phone, but as you said, it is one of those super rugged devices. So it has an actual walkie-talkie. So that's what you see on those dials on the top. It doesn't even need cell service. You have a legitimate walkie-talkie built in. It has a removable 5,200 milliamp hour battery, and it even had not only anti-explosion hardening, aka supposedly bomb-proof, but this had a removable camera module. You know, that thing that the red hydrogen never shipped with?
The phone that barely shipped, period? Yeah, I remember that.
So, congratulations for our very first phone millionaire. Hopefully you're very happy with your brand new shout out on the @ThisIsGuys Twitter, which I'm sure will send hundreds, if not thousands, potentially millions of subscribers to your wonderful YouTube channel.
Thank you very much, Austin Evans. I can't feel but be a little undeserving of the reward, but as these things go, I will accept it and pretend it is all my doing.
And that's all you have to do to be on reality television. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure to subscribe not only to Quinn, but also here at This Is, and let us know, who should we play the Phone Millionaire game with next? Quinn, do you have any parting words before we sail off into the sweet, sweet sunset in the Nokia Motorola 2002 fantasy land?
Yes, I do. For everyone who's going to definitely mock me for getting that Red Magic phone, I have a OnePlus 8. I know Androids. I'm on part of the Z Flip gang. I got that on my desk over there. Leave me alone, guys.
Hey, shout out to the Z Flip gang.
Yep, shout out to them.